Welcome, folks, to Glendale, Arizona and State Farm Stadium, site of this year's Verbo Fiesta Bowl, which, of course, is part of the college football playoff. We've reached the semifinal stage, one last hurdle to clear before the national championship game. We'll find out here today which side has the toughness and the depth to keep driving toward that ultimate goal, the chance to raise that gold trophy over their heads. As we'll see the number 5 seed in this playoff, the USC Trojans, taking on the top-seeded team in the playoff, the Michigan Wolverines. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined by Kirk Herbstreit, and here we go, a college football playoff semifinal. Which team will keep their national championship hopes alive today? Kickoff team out there. We are about to get cranked up for this semifinal collision. They'll return it from inside the 5. And the returner brought down by the coverage team there. This line getting set up. It's a first down play. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. They've got him after a 7-yard gain, so 2nd and 3.
Chris, I know it's the first play of the game. Boy, nice job by this offensive line. The back gets behind him, picks up some positive yards.
2nd down after that run on the previous play. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
My gosh, this offensive line's got to do a better job of blocking. The defense was zeroed in on the ball carrier and absolutely nowhere to go for the offense.
So let's see what they like here on 3rd and short from inside their own 20. Important to pick up this first down. They'll change the pre-snap look now. Dropping back, it's Davis. Catch made on the out route.
Chris, great effort here by this defense to keep him short of the first down. Now they've got a tough decision to make here on this 4th down and short.
4th down and 2 in their own territory. Coach shows no hesitation. The offense is on the field. Snags the quick throw. Breaking free at the 35. Oh, and nothing but green grass ahead. And a huge gain before he's forced out of bounds. Big yardage to set up a fresh set of downs.
Well, there's nothing better for an offensive coordinator than having a quarterback kind of get into a rhythm early in this game. Another great completion. This guy is off to a great start in this big playoff game.
That one falls incomplete. Good defensive play. Brings up 2nd down. Looking to chuck it again. Looking for his back. This time a completion. Tackle made after a big gain.
Well, it's another completion by this quarterback. Another great gain in a first down, and already over 30 yards through the air. This quarterback is in a zone here to start this game.
And the Wolverines pick up enough yardage to move the sticks. First down, looking to throw the ball. He's moving out of the pocket now. And he just throws the ball away there and lives to play another down. That's a smart choice on first down.
But I like this play. Not only is it the right play, throwing it away like that, but given that he had no other option, he just did what he's supposed to do to survive and get ready for this next down.
It's a quick grab. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
Well, this receiver has just that combination of speed and natural ball skill ability to be able to come up with play after play. Already over 50 yards here in this first half.
Or it's snapped to the back. When they try the middle, but stuffed for no gain. Second down and goal. Takes the snap and takes off on the run. Makes it across the goal line. Touchdown, Michigan. We come out in the playoff game, Kirk. No signs of rust for the offense immediately.
Yeah, no jitters at all. After the layoff, I wondered how they might be able to come out and communicate and actually just the rhythm to the offense. But they did not hesitate. They set the tone early. Now they got themselves a lead.
Bringing it out, it's Marsh. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line. Good job by the coverage team. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? They start the drive with a quick throw to the left side. They bring him down, but he reaches the 30-yard line. The Trojans will hustle to the line to crank the tempo.
Boy, just a great throw and outstanding accuracy by this USC quarterback. We always know over the years that SC has as much history as anybody at this quarterback spot, and I'm sure is living up to that right now.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw it. He's moving out of the pocket. And the pass is intercepted as he throws into double coverage that time. They tackle him after a short return, but they get the football back and set up shop near midfield.
I love this quarterback's athletic ability and the way he can create and improvise. Unfortunately here, he just didn't locate the defender when he throws the interception.
They stop him after a 6-yard gain, so 2nd and 4.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and getting the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
Take it down, but not before he makes the first down. The offense will line up. Chance for a couple more plays before the end of the quarter. A quick throw out left, complete. Finding space at the 20. They're not going to get him. He's in. Touchdown, Wolverines.
This guy can do it all. We've seen him go behind coverage and make plays downfield. We can see him catch the ball underneath, just like this. And when he catches the football, he is so dangerous after the catch. This one leads him into the end zone for the 6 points.
The kick sails through, so the lead is 14-0. Now they get set to kick it away. Fielded in the end zone. It's Marsh. And he's tackled just short of the 25. back on the field. This offense trying to bounce back the last possession and then in a pick. First play of the drive, they're going to throw the football. He'll take a deep shot here. Aggressive call, a deep shot on first down, but incomplete.
Well, this defense has been incredible all year long, and they continue to be that way in the postseason. Just getting after this offense, whether it's putting pressure on the quarterback, great coverage downfield. Right now, they are dominating this game.
So second down after the incompletion. And they'll use the ground game here. They'll bring him down right at the 30-yard line. And the Trojans will come to the line to run the hurry up. Takes the ball and heads to the left. There's the tackle, but first down yardage.
It's a good job here by this offensive line and the running back. Listen, these guys have really had a lot to do with why they're in this playoff game, right? So give it to the offensive line in the back. Get the first down on this third and short. See what you can do from here.
Looking to make a big play downfield. Tried to press the ball deep, but it's incomplete.
It has been a tough first half in this playoff game for this offense. They cannot get anything going through the air. Not only are they down the scoreboard, but there's really nothing to build around as we get ready to go into the second half.
Oh, and he's in the clear now. It's a foot race. At the 10. They could not stop him. He's in. Touchdown, USC.
Chris, all week I wonder if this back might get loose and come up with a big play like this. The defense had their back turned, couldn't really see where he was. By the time they realized it, he just had too much speed, and he's able to take it to the end zone.
And the point after is good. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. Doesn't bring the kick out. Touchback. They'll start at the 25. And the Michigan offense comes back out on the field. They punched it in the last possession. Can they do it again, or will this defense make some adjustments to get a stop? Moves the ball up to the 30.
It's a good, solid game. 5 or 6 yards. Love to see that from the running game.
Makes it second and medium. Looking downfield, it's Davis. Quarterback escapes the pocket. On the move, but can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
A lot of times we get caught up, Chris, in the one-on-one battles with the receivers and the DBs. Here's a great example of up front, the offensive line and the defensive line. Who wins that battle? This time the defense wins it, and they get the sack.
Been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this third down. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Lets it fly to the wideout. Fired into a tight window and picked off. And he'll be taken down, but after a good return.
Well, the quarterback ends up being a tad aggressive, and he ends up paying for it with a pick. I get that that might be part of his playing style, but there's a difference between being aggressive and being careless.
And the Trojans' offense is back out on the field. In that last touchdown drive, they just pounded away with the running game. Let's see if they can do it again. And he's brought down after a short gain, does not make the first down yardage.
The defense coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
What's the play call here on second down for this offense? Here's the snap, looking to throw here. But they can't make the connection. Ball's incomplete.
Well, we always talk about receivers that if the ball hits your hands, you're supposed to bring it in. But it's hard to adjust to a pass thrown a little bit behind you like that.
Now it's 3rd and short from the 22. You expect this is 4-down territory. Let's see what they do on 3rd down. And he picks up the first down before they get him to the ground. The Trojans looking to use the up-tempo offense here. Here's a handoff on 1st and goal. That's a nice tackle there by the senior. Second and goal for the offense. Here's the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. Pass caught. Can he get in? He makes it to the end zone. Touchdown, SC. This college football playoff game is all tied up. It's beginning to feel a little bit like a shootout.
Yeah, it is. It's a battle of the offenses. Both these teams right now executing flawlessly, and they're doing so with such high stakes, answering one score with another. Neither team is backing up 1 inch.
He's going to return it from near the goal line. He's got some daylight turning on the speed. They're just able to stop him, but that is a great return there. He's a dangerous guy with the football, and it's a great spot to start this drive. And the Wolverines offense is back on the field. We'll see if this quarterback can shake off the interception he threw in the last possession. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside handoff.
That's just not a whole lot of options here for this quarterback on the RPO. The defense, give them credit. They did a nice job of sniffing it out. Wouldn't be surprised if the quarterback is second-guessing that decision of giving it to the back instead of pulling that and either running it himself or maybe making a nice throw.
Pre-snap motion from the offense. A pop pass on the jet sweep. And they'll stop him after a fairly minimal pickup.
Boy, I'm a big fan of that jet sweep motion like that. It really forces a defense to stretch them out horizontally and can create some vertical seams for this offense. They got some positive yards. Didn't quite get the first down, but I'll tell you what they've done. Planted a seed on this defense that they better defend this style of playing moving forward.
Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Timeout called by the defense, their first of the half, as they try to make some adjustments here.
Just not a lot of room there on the RPO on 3rd down for the offense. Give the defense a lot of credit. They sat back initially, and then they overcommitted to stop that running game, and it worked out.
The offense already has 1 4th down conversion. They do it for a second time. To throw, it's Davis. Testing the defense with a throw downfield. Touchdown, Michigan. This quarterback on fire today. They'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. PAT puts him in front by 7. So the offense gets momentum scoring before halftime. Now the kickoff. We'll see if the defense can get a stop and preserve that momentum. And the return man decides to signal fair catch. And the USC offense is back out on the field. Backed up this close to the red zone in the final minute. Let's say they just decide to take care of the football and look toward the second half. No press here. The defense backing away. Tries to get it to the running back. Quarterback looks to his right and finds his man. The timeout is called. Important stage late here in the second quarter.
Defense kind of lost a running back here. Makes a nice catch and gets the first down in the process.
The drive stays alive with that first down completion. And the quarterback drops back looking for an open man. Throws to the tight end. He pulls it in for a big gain. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks. More than enough for a first down.
Boy, Chris, great timing here with the quarterback against that zone defense. Waiting just at the right time to deliver it into that window to pick up a nice gain.
On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Physical defending. That one falls incomplete. Brings up second down.
What a hit there by the defender. Tough for the receiver to hold on to the football when he has that kind of contact. Good, clean play by the defense.
Now it's second down here. From the gun, he looks for an open man. And this time it's complete. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
Well, another positive game for this offense, and this quarterback continues to show how dangerous he is when he has time to throw. The defensive coordinator's got to change up his looks, maybe bring in the blitz, anything they can do to get this quarterback out of this rhythm.
Here comes a first down pass attempt. Trying to create outside the pocket now. Slides to avoid the big hit. Timeout is called to talk strategy. Time for just 1 or 2 plays here before halftime. So on second down, they'll try out the field goal unit, trying to get 3 before halftime. And it sails right through the middle of the uprights. Solid kick.
The snap, the hold, the kick, everything there perfect to put 3 points up here for the offense.
That one bounces through the end zone, so they'll start at the 25. Just time enough for one more play in the half. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Lofting it toward the left sideline. And it falls incomplete. They tried for a huge gain there, but that's it for this period. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. The Wolverines will kick this away to begin the second half. Bringing it out, it's Marsh. Tackled at the 31, so makes a good choice bringing it out of the end zone. And here comes the USC offense back on the field. First play of the second half is a handoff. Brought down, but it's past the line to gain. The offense looks fired up to begin the second half. That's the kind of play they've needed to give them a spark.
Absolutely. I know they're down in this game. Clearly something was said at halftime to try to get this offensive line engaged, and it looks like it's working. They're playing with a different kind of energy. Let's see if they can do it again. See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
The DB's backing off from the line now. Fakes the handoff, looking to throw. It's incomplete. That was caused by the defensive pressure, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Man, you got to love this if you're defensive coordinator. It's all about affecting the quarterback and getting pressure on him. This time, they got to him and forced that incompletion.
So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. 3rd and long. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. It's an out route, the catch made. The game picks up the first down, tackled at the 37. The Trojans looking to crank up the tempo a bit.
Well, it's 3rd down. The defense knows he's going to get the ball. You still can't stop the quarterback finding this receiver to be able to pick up another first down for this offense.
The gain is 3. Now it's 2nd down and 7.
Hey, listen, you don't always have to have big plays to be successful. It's a nice, solid gain here. Keeps you on schedule, and you get ready for that next play.
2nd down after that run on the previous play. There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. That's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact. No flag. Brings up 3rd down. Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. And he'll drop back here on 3rd down. Quick throw complete to the tight end. They pick up the first down, tackled at the 25.
The tight end drag route is the perfect option for offense, looking to scheme that position open for some yardage. Perfect execution here for a first down.
On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Catch made on the out route. Touchdown, Trojans. From all the way back to take the lead.
Man, this defensive coordinator better adjust to this receiver. All they did was get him the ball in space, and you can see what he can do after the catch. One defender will not slow this receiver down today. You better bracket him or use double coverage.
Automatic on the PAT. The kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away. And he'll take off from deep in the end zone. He's tackled at the 10. Not good field position to start the drive. And the Michigan offense back out on the field. Play action here on first down. He's escaping the pocket now. Looking to scramble now. Defense shoves him out of bounds. Not much of a gain there.
Good awareness here by this defense, keeping their eyes on the quarterback, knowing that he's a potential threat. That time before he can get out, they keep him to a short game.
Second down play coming up. Motion by the back will make the defense adjust. Bringing pressure. Contact as he threw it. It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw that time. And now third down coming up.
Boy, this one's on the offensive line, Chris. They've got to do a better job of protecting the franchise quarterback. This guy's as good as there is in the country. And they're letting this pressure get to their quarterback. You either get the ball out faster or the offensive line's got to do a better job of taking care of their guy.
After the incompletion, they'll have to try to convert here on 3rd and 9. Quarterback checks the defensive look, makes some adjustments. Drops back, needing a 3rd down completion here. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. The defense stops him short of the marker, so it's 4th down coming up. Scanning the field, it's Davis. Looking for his big tight end. He pulls in the catch. He saw it, but he gets out across the 25-yard line.
Boy, the defense is in the right coverage here. Looked like they had exactly what they wanted to be able to come up with a stop here on 4th down. But there's the timing between a quarterback and the receiver. They knew exactly where they needed to go. Great timing and a first down.
And it's incomplete. Even on a first down throw, he was under some heavy pressure. Offense getting set. 2nd down play here. And he's back to throw again after that incompletion on 1st down. Pass caught. Breaks loose at the 40. And look at the speed there. They finally bring him down, but it's a nice game.
Boy, Chris, you watch a completion like that, and with the efficiency, it makes you kind of think back to all the quarterbacks and receivers that they've had who made it look this easy. Of course, you start with Tom Brady, but think of the year Brian Griese had in 1997, that national championship year. Chad Henne going back to Elvis Grbac and all the great receivers. So this is within their history. It's good that they're leaning on it.
They get him down, but he crosses midfield, stop the ball at the 44.
Nothing better than an offense on 1st down to be able to pick up big positive yards like that. You can either keep giving it to the back, or it can set up play action and get the defense to come up to the line of scrimmage, and you can throw it over top of it.
The Wolverines will have 1st and 10 here. Offense will keep it on the ground here. A gain of 2 yards. Now it's 2nd down and 8.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space, still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
Makes a quick catch. Ball carrier heads out of bounds, but the pickup is good enough to move the chains. First down.
One thing I love about this back is how he gets involved in the passing game. Nice catch here.
Offense coming to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before we reach the end of the quarter. The shotgun running play call. Defense stops him short of the first down marker, and that'll do it for the third quarter of play. Offense getting set for a second down here to begin the quarter. Quarterback adjusting now to the defense. He'll hand it off. Got a lane. Can he get in? Touchdown, Wolverines. And they take the lead in the fourth quarter.
Boy, just a great job here by the offensive line and the running back to be able to get this ball into the end zone late in the game like this, now in the fourth quarter, to give them the lead.
Kicking team on now for the extra point. PAT up and good. The lead is 4 during the final quarter. Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away. Fielded in the end zone. It's Marsh. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. And the Trojans offense is back out on the field. Has the first down and more.
You know, all week the defensive coordinator told us about the quarterback, he told us about the receivers and how they're going to throw the football. Man, they better get locked in on stopping this run game because that was a big-time game.
First down, looking to throw the football. And that one's picked off. What a play. Not much on the return there, but the takeaway will set up the offense at the 38.
That was an impressive effort here by the safety to use his speed and effort to get to that football where it was headed. Secondary coach has got to be proud.
Back behind the quarterback, aligned in a pistol. And they'll keep it on the ground, trying to run some clock.
Man, just complimentary football, really, in a nutshell. They get this football back thanks to their own defense, creating that turnover, working with the lead like this. Really, it's all but over. Now the offense is just thinking about running the football and working that clock.
Offense getting set. It's second down. Same tailback, another carry. They bring him down to the 27. This offense really threatening now.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
Big guys up front lined up. It's first down. They'll run it here. Runner finding some space there. That's a solid gain on the ground.
Great job by the running back is staying inbounds to continue to work that clock, working here in the fourth quarter with the lead. You got that defense getting closer and closer to their goal line. They are backed up, and they are desperate. They've got to make a play here. The offense just has to take care of the ball, a chance to really secure victory here.
Here's the handoff. And he's brought down, but not before he gets first down yardage. We head now to the 2-minute warning as this offense tries to bleed out the clock and secure this win. And the Wolverines with first and 10 here. Using the ground game here. Tailback has the handoff. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. Coming to the line on second down. This is important. They want to avoid a third and long. Here's the toss play. Runner heads outside. Punter finally brought down, but at the 5-yard line, defense getting pushed back here. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. This is crucial. Defense needing a stop on 3rd down, trying to force a field goal. They'll try and run it with the fullback. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. Leading here in the 4th quarter to keep the offense on the field, trying to stretch the lead and keep possession. He'll hand it off. And is going to be taken down there, but there is a flag on the field. The defensive penalty is declined. Offense very happy to take the result of that play. The offense starts this drive in the shadow of their own end zone. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Receiver makes the catch. Defense reacts quickly. A very short gain on the play. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. Ball handed off. And he will make the first down. Tackled at the 26.
Every now and then we see a really good run. We tend to focus on what other people did in order for that run to happen. What the offensive line did. Maybe the receivers are blocking good on the edge. Sometimes the running back is pretty good too. And on that play, he picked up a lot of yards and made that happen with good effort.
Heads out of bounds after running for the first down to keep this scoring threat alive. Serious pressure now for the defense. The offense operating at peak efficiency. They come to the line again. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. Inside the 35. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
The defense has got to do a much better job here of adjusting to the pre-snap motion. They just kind of stayed in place. They gave the receiver plenty of room there to make a nice play.
And that run, good for first down yardage. The drive moves on. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. And left with no option, just has to throw it away.
Man, the defense took everything away from him. What do you expect him to do? He can't force the ball into traffic and potentially throw the interception. Does a good job of getting out of the pocket, away from the pressure, and just throw the ball away. See what happens on this next down.
So after the incompletion, it's second down. And he dumps it off to the tight end. And he's tackled after the catch. The clock is still running. Off to hurry up here, but it's a crucial third down. Defense showing blitz here. Shotgun formation here on third down. The ball is caught. They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play. They bring him down, but the sophomore quarterback shows what a cannon he has.
Well, when you play zone defense on third down and you don't get pressure from your defensive line, you're going to give a quarterback a lot of time to be able to find an open receiver and eventually get the first down. Not surprised at all that they're able to convert.
Testing the right side here. And he muscled out of bounds, very close to the goal line.
Boy, how about that play, Chris? That thing just opened up. The back shot through there with great acceleration. What a pickup there on first down.
First and goal. Can the offense punch it in and claim the lead here in the fourth quarter? And the quarterback will just sneak it here. Touchdown, Southern California. They have jumped in front in the final minute.
And with a game on the line, they go back to that offensive line and the running back, and it pays off. They take the lead here late in the game, Chris. Now they're up 2. Do you go with conventional wisdom and just kick the extra point? Or maybe you go for 2 to make your opponent have to drive them into the field for a touchdown.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. So a touchback will start at the 25. interesting strategic decision. They've got some time to work with. Will they play for a field goal or take a shot at the touchdown and win it? And he lofts it toward the sideline. Receiver makes the grab inside the 15. Touchdown, Michigan, to take the lead in the final minute.
Chris, we've watched this offense all year make plays and come up with drives like this to give their team a chance to win football games. And now we are the biggest stage of the year, and they come up with one more touchdown to give them the lead here.
PAT up and good. The lead is 4 here in the final quarter. So after taking the lead, they'll kick it off here and hope the defense can hold on. Return starts from inside the 5. And he stopped at the 20. Tried to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. They'll get set, needing to score quickly now, looking for some big plays right here. First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. And now in the final couple minutes, here's a deep shot. Wow, a third pick tonight by the QB. They tackle him after a short return, but they get the football back and set up shop near midfield. So first play of the drive coming here. They'll start at their own 49. Keep it on the ground. There's the handoff. The junior able to bring him down quickly. Well, that's a great performance in a pressure moment, but now the job gets even more exciting, even bigger as they go on to the national championship game and play for that trophy.
And this is a new era. I mean, think about the weeks, the amount of games that these guys have been able to play and be able to accomplish this to get to the national championship. That says everything about the endurance of this football team, both mentally and physically, and they get one more hurdle to see if they can become the national champs.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.